What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Agency Owners Playbook. I'm Gil from DashClicks here from Fort Lauderdale, and I'm sitting here with my good friend Aaron from Maryland, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
Webb's Enterprises is the agency. So we're going to go ahead and get these questions started right away. So what year did you start your agency, Aaron?
I started my agency in 2015, November to be exact. Yes.
Awesome. So you have a little experience in the space and you're doing well with everything. That's awesome. What are your
Yes.
core service offerings?
Core service, Gil, I can honestly tell you it's a mixed bag. If anything, I've gotten the most of social media marketing and also website design. Every now and then I may have appointment generation, lead generation, but for the most part, it's been everything websites and social media.
Website, social media, it's good stuff. All right, awesome.
Yes.
So is your agency niche down? So do you have a preferred client that you like to deal with, or you're kind of like targeting everyone?
It would have to be the solar niche, Gil, and I'll tell you why. As you know, a lot of the electric bill costs and everything and inflation is going up. So many people are for saving, and solar panels are hot right now. I have 3 clients as we speak that have gone solar in terms of me generating appointments for them. So the solar niche has worked very well. And in general, I can honestly tell you working with contractors is mainly preferred for me. It can be roofing, plumbing, home remodeling has been big since 2020. So I would say those are my hot niches.
Awesome, good stuff. What's the biggest struggle you've been experiencing within your agency? If you had to select one or a couple.
Perfect timing. Gil, that's a perfect timing question. I mean, the interview had to be today for me to tell you. I actually had to hire a new virtual assistant and another one at that because I'm having so much work coming. And it's more of leads and being able to do the deliverables, if you will. So when those deliverables happen, I'm barely meeting the deadline now. At first, it was like, oh, I got that week in advance. Now it's like, oh, up to the minute. So I need to hire another virtual assistant, which is a good problem to have. That means I'm doing well.
Yeah, so you have the issue of you have too much work and you need to get someone else to help you. Yeah, that's definitely a good problem to have, 100%.
Yes, yes. And the training, of course, as you know, will have to be done soon because I don't want them coming in just nonchalantly doing what I'm sharing with them. I want them to be trained with the right mindset, the right functions, everything. Yeah.
100%. So what would you say makes you stand out amongst other marketing agencies in the space? Like why would people come, or why do people usually come to Webb's Enterprise to work with you, with Aaron?
People come to Webb's Enterprises for 2 things. They know, one, that this organization is going to add value and recognition to their business. Notice I didn't say we're going to increase your ROI first. That's not the first priority. That's on the list, but our agency has done an excellent job, Gil, of serving the community by adding value. And number 2, we create business relationships. I was just sharing with my alma mater yesterday at Frostburg State University in Maryland that as a business owner, it's so important that if you're going to be in this for the long term, create business relationships. And I believe that's what separates us from the competition. We actually create business relationships. I don't just ask for the invoice on the 30th or the 15th of each month. I actually say, hey, how's your family doing? How's the dog? How's the kid? Because I keep in mind these little things because they see, oh, he wants a relationship. Yes, I do. Because at the end of the day, I want you to win as we're winning as well. So creating those business relationships is so key, man.
Absolutely. And I've seen that as well. Just being able to build that relationship, first of all, the communication standpoint, just being able to communicate with your clients as well, just being there for them, that's definitely a perfect way to actually run an agency and to actually grow your agency. People love that as far as clients go. And I've definitely seen that with my experiences as well. That's all good stuff.
Indeed, man. And you all, again, I know you get praises a lot, but just again, your team and you, Gil, do such an excellent job of training us and just engaging on the calls when we go on them because we need it. We need that correction. I'll admit, I need the correction, and we need the encouragement because this is not an easy niche in terms of being a business owner and then being in digital marketing. We know the retention rate has gone down since 2020. It was actually a long haul project. We were guaranteed at least a year, but it's gone down because, people's finances. Yeah.
100%. So do you focus mostly on inbound or on outbound prospecting methods for your agency?
For right now, inbound, especially with the lead generation, as I share with you with the solar panel guys, mainly inbound leads. I do some prospecting. However, I've been focused on receiving those inbound leads to build that niche and that project up. So right now, inbound.
Okay, perfect. What's the number one prospecting strategy that gets qualified leads booked on your calendar daily?
LinkedIn. Has to be LinkedIn. It has to be LinkedIn and word of mouth. I would say too, word of mouth is not going anywhere. It's, as long as we're on this earth, word of mouth is always, I believe, the best, and referral strategies too. Because on the outside looking in, before LinkedIn, you went by someone's business card or their word. And now that we're in the digital age, of course, we've been in the digital age for a while. LinkedIn guarantees appointments because you're creating a professional relationship, going back to the networking. You have to make sure that your sequencing is right too. You just don't want to just say, hey, buy my product, or I can generate 50 million leads for you, because then they'll see spam, let me delete. So I would say LinkedIn is an excellent strategy for booking appointments.
Awesome. So you have the LinkedIn, and like you said, the word of mouth. And I think that kind of ties into, once you get that person into your pipeline and they become an active client. So the customer service, like you mentioned before, that you provide to them just keeps them in there. And then it's a word of mouth because of your awesome customer service and your communications and all that, that gets you more word of mouth clients that way. So it all kind of like ties in together.
It comes together. It does. It comes together. I mean, because people, they're relying on someone with integrity. They need someone honest that's going to deliver for them. And word of mouth for my church, for me, my client base is part of my church too. So I have people all the time that give me referrals every now and then. So it's, it comes easy to me, having a good referral network.
Awesome. Good stuff. What's the best sales tactic you use to close new deals?
It would have to be doing a call. It wouldn't be actually doing a Zoom. It would have to be on the call. Face to face, I still have business meetings when it comes to closing, but over the phone, I do an intro session, send the proposal. I'm just sharing with you my process. I do an intro session. I get to know who the person is, all the way to the close. I let them know, look, this is the proposal and this is what you need. And I believe if you tell people this is what they need based on what you heard from before, that gives them a more comfortable sense that you know what you're talking about. And that's how I'm able to close, is because I share with people what they need. And then they see the need based on, for example, the DashClicks portal, where we have the Insta Site report. And if you show that report to them, even though it can be gruesome, sometimes they're like, wait, I have a 30 score? It's like, yes, but we have a solution for you. So I share that with them. They're more confident actually, because they see, okay, this is not just a fly-by-night operation. My site and my business needs work. Yes, it does, but we have a solution ready for you. So that's part of my closing too.
Awesome. All good stuff. How do you set proper expectations to make sure your clients stay on board longer than 30 days? Now, this is something that, we personally deal with at DashClicks. We like to have full transparency and make sure that everyone has the right expectations as far as, the results that they're going to get, and make sure that everything is set correctly from that standpoint for, long-term growth and retention in general.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for that?
You have to be upfront. That's what and it's tough. It is. Again, it's tough because of the economy that we're in right now. You just have to be upfront with people, just share with them. In order to get the best results, for example, with SEO, you're going to need at least 3 to 6 months of time. And to us in our world of digital marketing, we know that's a very short window. But to them, they think it's an eternity because they're looking for results right now. So when you set proper expectations of a good time window, be upfront as soon as possible. Don't wait till the second payment and say, oh, you're not ranking yet? Ooh, can we get an extension? No, you have to tell them upfront because they're expecting results. Now, something of a website, that's a way shorter time for, we know that can be done faster, but anything of a long-term service, you have to set those, the sooner the better.
Yeah, and I think that goes into finding out what your client needs. So if your client says, okay, I'm looking to get leads right away, so you can say, okay, yeah, you can do SEO, but that's going to take some time. I definitely recommend you do that. But if you're looking for leads, to come in
today,
2 weeks, a month, whatever, look into ads, look into Google ads, look into Facebook ads, and do that and send the expectation. So you don't want to try to kill the deal for SEO. Like, you still want to sign them up, right? But if you don't set those expectations correctly, they're going to want to leave you, and that's going to that's going to be bad for your brand, for your name. So yeah, definitely important doing that.
Exactly. And again, with the solar niche, I told 2 of my guys, and they understood. Give the campaign about a week and a half to set up. Give it about a week and a half to set up, because again, it takes time for the team to set the markers, set the benchmarks, get the right ad placement, create the images, set the metrics. It takes a time. So if you say that up front, they won't be worrying and saying, okay, where's my leads? I don't see anything. And that helps, like you said, just to set it up front early.
Awesome. What's your formula for maximizing client retention and increasing lifetime value?
I would say my formula would be this: preparation plus opportunity equals success. I would say preparation, again, write that down, man, write it down. Preparation, I'll put it in the chat too later. Preparation, that term means that you are being made ready to help that client know what they're about to get into. The opportunity is actually them coming to you to know more about your services. And success, the last part, is inevitable, that once they see that they are getting the results and that you're delivering, success is inevitable. So you're making sure, that's my formula for keeping clients, is for them to see, like, I have 2 clients been with me for a year. Yeah, for a year. And the key is also in the follow-up. We don't stress enough the follow-up. I follow with them every month. Conversation, again, business relationships. That's my key to success, is the follow-up and that formula for good retention or success.
That's awesome. So you have a little formula for yourself.
Yes, got to, man. Every day.
That's awesome. What's the most successful automation you've set up in your business that either saves you the most time or makes you the most money?
You got me there, man. I would say I need to improve in other services in that area of automation. The only thing I have automated is really the LinkedIn messaging. I used to have email marketing. So I can say that's a weakness. And again, I don't mind admitting my weaknesses, even on this call. I don't mind being transparent. I do need to do better in the automation space for my business. I do.
Okay, perfect. So you said you have your LinkedIn automation going on right now.
Right.
You can use other automations. You can obviously grow from that. So things you need to do to improve. Okay, awesome, perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we're gonna get into some money stuff right now, into revenue questions.
Let's do it. Oh, it's the good part right here.
This is the good part. What's your monthly recurring revenue?
Between 3,000 and 5,000.
Okay, awesome. How many clients do you have, and what's the average monthly retainer they pay each one of those clients, the average?
I would say I have 10 clients right now. Average is about, I would say, between 250 and 500. Between 250 and 500. Now I have one client that does pay me 1,000. That will change, especially in the next couple of days, because they've seen good results. So it may be higher. It could be lower based on what they need. So roughly between 250 and 500 per month.
Okay, good stuff. What's a realistic revenue goal you see yourself in 12 months from today? What do you want to be making?
At least $50,000 to $100,000. I'm actually on track this year to make 50,000. I crossed, I touched 30,000 last year, but I definitely will be crossing 50,000 this year. And at least 1 year from now, in 2023, which is 2 days after my birthday, I want to be at 100,000.
That's awesome. So obviously growing, expanding, obviously making more money is always, part of the goal, growing the agency, all that stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you need to do to change in the next 12 months for you to hit that revenue goal? One thing I know you mentioned a few questions ago was doing more automations. So maybe increasing your automations to hit those goals. What's something else you think you can do in the next 12 months to get to your goals?
I would say hiring that virtual assistant, like I told you, hiring another one so that they can, do the things that I'm not able to do because of time, not because of skill. And I would also say to, with the automation systems, I was going to actually say something else. Oh, become more assertive. I would say when it comes to sales and when it comes to prospecting, I'm the guy that I don't mind being on the phone, but selling and closing is not my strongest. I like to do it, but it's not strongest. I'd rather have someone else do it. So I would say, if anything, improve on my closing and also reach out to more qualified clients. One of my biggest struggles since 2015, which it has improved, was actually find qualified clients who have the budget to pay for high ticket services, such as I shared with you, more than just a website design, social media, and booked appointments with Google advertising. Some of those packages range, as you see we know our prices, $3,000 to $10,000. So finding the right qualified client will help me get to that goal I want.
Awesome. And you know what I like from what you're saying, Aaron, is that you're literally telling me, okay, what problem I have and what you need to do to change that and get better. And you're admitting, you're like, Okay, yeah, there's definitely a problem that I have. And everyone,
Yeah.
there's no one that is perfect. I have my problems. You have your problems. Everyone has their problems. Everyone can improve. You can improve every day for the rest of your life. You can improve one little aspect of yourself. You're growing, and that's definitely something that everyone needs to address. Need to find the problem that they have and what they need to do to improve on it to grow from there. And I love what you're saying from that respect.
Thank you, man. No, you got to, because if you don't if you don't admit the problem and you think you're going to just get away with it and it's going to be shown somewhere else, it's going to be exposed. So the key is to work on it, to modify your behavior.
Yeah.
If you will. Yeah.
100%. If you had to start, this is my final question. If you had to start from zero, how long do you think it would take you to get back to where you are now? And what's the one thing you would do differently if you were to start from zero?
Okay, you have to repeat. That's a deep question. Say that again. Good. That's good.
So if you were to start from zero, essentially you're starting your agency tomorrow. How long do you think it would take you, knowing what you know now, to get back to your point now? And what would you do differently in that journey?
I would say less than a year. And what I would do differently, that's a great question. I would say a year, because I would have already had a team, even if it was just 2 people in addition to myself. Doing it by yourself is strenuous. You learning the skill, because we have to be trained, to know how to do the things we want inspired to do. So 2015 was my date, as you know. If I knew what I knew today in 2022, I would have probably be at the 50K mark by maybe May or June of the following year, at least.
Okay. So you're saying you would do it in 1 year, and the main difference is just to get more people on board to do less yourself and, designate different things. Okay.
And training them and just telling them, look, this is my vision. Because again, it was just me. This is about me by myself. I'm just hoping I would get one client. And I did. Since 2015, I can honestly tell you, every month I've had a client. I've never missed. Even now, I've never missed a month without a client. So the consistency is winning right now. So I would say if I knew then what I knew now, sir, it would be off the chain. Yeah, it would be off the chain.
Good stuff. All right, awesome. All right, Aaron, that's all I had for you today. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And thank you everyone that's watching for joining Agency Owners Playbook. We'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Gil.